Ladies and gentlemen, there is a secret, an ancient, unfailing law that governs every success, every healing, every blessing that ever entered a human life. That secret is gratitude. Gratitude is not a mere feeling, it is a force, a spiritual power that connects you with the infinite intelligence of the universe. When you live in gratitude, you tune your mind to the frequency of abundance. You magnetize health, success, love, and peace. Most people wait for something good to happen before they give thanks. But the masters of life, the dreamers, the achievers, the healers, they give thanks before the blessing appears. Why? Because they know that gratitude is the key that unlocks the hidden storehouse of creation. The grateful mind is never poor. It is never defeated. It walks with confidence, knowing that every step is guided, every need is met, and every challenge conceals a miracle in disguise. Tonight, I want to reveal to you the secret of gratitude not as a word, but as a living power. When you learn to use this power consciously, you will see doors open where walls once stood. You will witness life itself responding to the song of your thankful heart. Gratitude aligns you with the divine law of increase. This truth is not merely poetic, it is spiritual science. The universe operates by exact principles, and one of its greatest laws is the law of growth, expansion, and increase. Everything in nature is forever moving toward more life, more expression, more abundance. The trees stretch upward to the sun, the rivers flow toward the ocean, the seed pushes through the soil to meet the light. Life itself is a continuous unfolding of greater possibilities. When you live in gratitude, you harmonize with this divine rhythm of expansion. You become one with the law that governs all increase. Most people live as though they are separate from this law. They see lack, limitation, and delay as realities rather than temporary shadows. But the moment you choose gratitude, something shifts deep within your consciousness. You begin to acknowledge that behind every appearance of limitation lies an infinite source. Gratitude says to the universe, I recognize your abundance and I am ready to receive. It tunes your mind to the frequency of more life, more good, more of everything you truly desire. When you feel grateful, your thoughts are no longer centered on what is missing. They are focused on what is present and possible. This is the key. The grateful mind cannot dwell on fear or want because it is filled with appreciation for what already is. As you think and feel in this elevated state, your subconscious mind accepts those thoughts as truth and begins to reproduce them in your outer world. Your inner state of gratitude becomes the mold through which the substance of the universe flows. You are no longer resisting good. You are inviting it, allowing it, multiplying it. The divine law of increase responds to the vibration of gratitude like a tuning fork, answering to its perfect pitch. Every thankful thought sends out a frequency that attracts its likeness. When you bless your work, your relationships, and your circumstances, you are placing the stamp of increase upon them. You are saying, this is good, and more good is on the way. And life answers accordingly. Things begin to flow, opportunities appear, resources gather. Even challenges begin to reveal their hidden blessings, because gratitude changes how you see them. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start realizing, this is happening for me. The mind that complains or condemns moves against the current of increase. It closes the door to inspiration and blocks the inflow of good. But the grateful mind moves with the current. It sails with the tide of divine intelligence. You begin to live in partnership with the infinite, trusting that every event, no matter how small, is part of a larger pattern working for your good. Gratitude transforms your awareness from separation to unity, from struggle to surrender, from scarcity to sufficiency. To align with this law is to understand that gratitude is not a reaction, it is a creative force. You do not wait for life to give you more before you give thanks. You give thanks now, and life gives you more. This is the reversal that changes everything. The person who thanks before receiving demonstrates faith in the unseen supply. That faith activates the law of increase because it acknowledges abundance as already present in potential form. You cannot receive more until you feel rich within, and gratitude is the feeling of inner wealth. Every day, you have the choice to step into alignment with this law. You can look at your circumstances and say, "There isn't enough," or you can affirm, "There is more than enough, and it is unfolding now." The latter attitude multiplies blessings because it places your mind in harmony with the source that never runs dry. Gratitude opens your consciousness to ideas, insights, and solutions that were invisible before. It makes you receptive to guidance and intuitive promptings that lead you to your greater good. Think of gratitude as sunlight to your soul. Without it, your inner garden remains dormant, your dreams unfulfilled, your faith withered. But when you express gratitude, you shine the light of awareness on your blessings, and they grow. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You attract helpers, support, and favor because your vibration radiates confidence and joy. Gratitude awakens the divine intelligence within you, which knows only increase, progress, and fulfillment. Every thought of thanks is a seed planted in the soil of the universe. Do not underestimate the power of a single grateful thought. When you give thanks for the smallest thing, a breath, a sunrise, a friend, you are expanding your capacity to receive greater good. The universe mirrors your consciousness. If you are thankful for little, you prepare yourself for more. If you are ungrateful for much, even that will seem to diminish. This is not punishment, it is law. The law of increase is always impartial, always exact. It simply gives back to you the measure of your own consciousness. So train your mind to see the good everywhere. Begin each day with the awareness that you are alive, that life itself is a gift beyond measure. Let gratitude be your constant prayer, your mental atmosphere, your way of seeing. When you align with gratitude, you align with the same power that causes stars to shine, flowers to bloom, and dreams to manifest. You become a living expression of the divine law of increase, expanding, evolving, and attracting more of every good thing into your experience. Whatever you thank multiplies in your life. This is one of the greatest secrets of creation, and yet it is so simple that most people overlook it. Gratitude is not merely an emotion, it is a spiritual magnet, a creative energy that multiplies whatever it touches. When you give thanks for something, you are not only acknowledging its presence in your life, you are also sending a powerful message to the universe. Asterisk, this is good. I recognize it. I appreciate it. Asterisk, and because the universe always amplifies the vibration you send out, that good begins to grow, expand, and multiply in your experience. The mind is a fertile field, and gratitude is the sunshine that makes its seeds flourish. Every time you express sincere thanks for what you have, you water the seeds of abundance within your subconscious mind. Those seeds then produce after their kind more things, experiences, and opportunities to be thankful for. The law of life is multiplication, not stagnation. Life is always seeking to expand through you, and gratitude opens the channel for that expansion to flow freely. When you are grateful for the money you have, however small it may be, you affirm abundance rather than lack. That state of consciousness attracts new channels of supply. When you are grateful for your health, you give attention to vitality rather than sickness, and your body responds by healing and renewing itself. When you are grateful for the love you already possess, you magnetize deeper affection, harmony, and understanding. Whatever you thank multiplies. This is as certain as the rising of the sun. The reason gratitude multiplies your good is because it keeps your attention fixed on the positive, creative side of life. What you focus on expands. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between a large blessing and a small one. It simply accepts the dominant pattern of your thoughts. If your thoughts are filled with thankfulness, your subconscious assumes you live in a world of abundance and responds accordingly. It goes to work attracting ideas, people, and events that match your inner vibration of appreciation. On the other hand, when you complain or focus on what is missing, you give energy to lack. You are essentially saying to your mind and to the universe, "This is what I am aware of." And the universe, impartial and obedient, reflects that awareness back to you in multiplied form. That is why some people find that problems seem to repeat in their lives. It is not fate, but focus. Whatever you consistently think, feel, and talk about becomes your experience. Gratitude reverses that pattern. It shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right, from scarcity to plenty, from despair to hope. Imagine your life as a mirror. When you smile at it, it smiles back. When you frown, it returns the same. Gratitude is the inner smile of the soul. It tells life, "I love what you have given me, and I am open to more." That inner attitude radiates outward and is mirrored back through circumstances that continue to bless you. You begin to see new opportunities where once there seemed to be none. You encounter helpful people, uplifting coincidences, and timely solutions that feel almost miraculous. These are not accidents. They are the multiplied fruits of your thankful heart. Even the smallest expression of gratitude sets powerful forces in motion. You may begin by giving thanks for a single meal, a safe journey, or a quiet moment of peace. But as you make gratitude a daily habit, you will notice that your entire vibration changes. You start to expect good instead of fearing disappointment. You speak words of appreciation instead of criticism. And slowly, your outer world rearranges itself to reflect your inner transformation. The law of multiplication never fails. It is as certain as gravity. Gratitude multiplies because it harmonizes you with the creative nature of the universe. The universe is forever expanding, producing, and giving. When you are thankful, you become a co-creator in that divine process. You stop resisting life and begin cooperating with it. You say, in effect, "I trust that all things are working together for my good." This trust dissolves fear, invites guidance, and draws to you every resource needed for your growth and happiness. The person who lives in gratitude never feels impoverished. They see blessings where others see burdens. They turn obstacles into opportunities because they look for the hidden good in every situation. And because they expect good, they find it. The law of attraction is always responding to your dominant emotion. Gratitude tells the universe, "More of this, please," and the universe obeys. You can prove this law for yourself. Begin right now to give thanks for the simplest things: the air you breathe, the heartbeat within you, the roof over your head, the lessons you've learned, even the challenges that have shaped you. Every thank you sends out a signal of expansion. Every word of appreciation plants a seed of future joy. The more you give thanks, the more reasons you will have to do so. Remember, gratitude is not a reaction to having more. It is the cause of having more. To wait until your life improves before giving thanks is to misunderstand the law. You give thanks first, and life responds. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the storehouse of heaven within you. When you use it daily, you discover that whatever you thank truly does multiply. Peace grows deeper, love grows stronger, and abundance flows more freely. Life begins to mirror back the song of your grateful heart, and everything you touch carries the fragrance of increase. Gratitude transforms fear into faith and doubt into confidence. It is one of the most powerful alchemies of the human spirit. Fear and doubt are born from a sense of separation, from believing that life is uncertain, unpredictable, or even hostile. But gratitude restores connection. It reminds you that there is a higher order working in your favor. When you give thanks, even in moments of uncertainty, you shift your focus from what you fear to what you trust. You stop asking, "What if things go wrong?" and begin affirming, "Things are already working for my good." That change in perception transforms your emotional state, your energy, and ultimately your experience. Fear thrives in minds that forget their blessings. It feeds on lack of awareness, on the illusion that life is random and that you are alone in your struggles. But the moment you bring gratitude into that space, light enters the darkness. You remember that you are supported, that you have overcome before, that countless unseen forces have guided and sustained you through every challenge. Gratitude pulls you out of the narrow focus of anxiety and lifts you into the broader view of faith. You start to see that what appears as a setback may be preparation, that what seems like loss may be clearing the way for something greater. Faith and fear cannot occupy the same mind at the same time. When gratitude fills your consciousness, fear quietly dissolves. You cannot give thanks and worry in the same breath. The brain, two vibrations are opposites. One opens, the other closes. One builds, the other breaks. Gratitude expands your awareness, while fear contracts it. That is why, when you feel afraid, the surest remedy is to give thanks for something right now. It could be as small as the breath in your lungs or the warmth of sunlight on your face. In that moment, you are shifting from reaction to creation, from powerlessness to power. Doubt is another form of fear. It questions your worth, your ability, and the benevolence of life itself. But gratitude answers doubt with evidence. Every grateful thought reminds you of the good already present, the blessings you have received, and the miracles that have quietly unfolded in your life. Gratitude gathers proof of divine order, and that proof builds confidence. It says, "I have been guided before, I will be guided again." Faith grows, not through struggle, but through remembrance. And gratitude is that remembrance in action. When you face uncertainty, you can choose to dwell on what might go wrong, or you can thank the universe for what will go right. The latter choice activates a different energy. It opens your subconscious mind to ideas, inspiration, and intuitive guidance. You become calm and centered, and from that state of peace, right action flows naturally. Many people mistake faith for passive waiting, but in truth, faith is dynamic. It moves, it acts, it creates, and gratitude fuels that movement. It turns belief into knowing. The person who lives in gratitude walks through life with an inner assurance. They are not free from challenges, but they are free from the fear of them. Gratitude teaches you to look at obstacles and say, "There is a blessing here, even if I cannot see it yet." That mindset transforms your response, and your response determines your results. Fear weakens your energy, causing confusion and hesitation. Gratitude strengthens it, bringing clarity and purpose. The grateful person trusts in divine timing and acts with confidence born of that trust. When you are grateful, your whole vibration changes. The body relaxes, the mind clears, and the heart opens. This shift is not merely psychological, it is energetic. Fear tightens your field, gratitude expands it. Scientists may call it coherence, mystics call it harmony, and Joseph Murphy called it alignment with the infinite mind. Whatever the name, the result is the same. Gratitude tunes you to the frequency of peace, and from peace, faith naturally arises. You no longer need to force belief. It becomes your natural state because you are living in the awareness of divine order. Gratitude also transforms your words, and words shape your destiny. The fearful person speaks of problems and delays. The grateful person speaks of blessings and possibilities. Every time you affirm, "I am thankful," you are sending a message to your subconscious mind that all is well. That simple affirmation erases anxiety at its root, for it tells your inner self that there is nothing to fear. The subconscious accepts that truth and mirrors it in your outer world as calmness, courage, and confidence. Even in moments of crisis, gratitude provides a bridge from chaos to faith. When everything seems uncertain, the mind wants to cling to control. But gratitude invites surrender, not resignation, but trust. It says, "I may not understand this now, but I give thanks knowing that good will come from it." And miraculously, it does. Countless people have discovered that the moment they stop resisting life and start thanking it, solutions appear, doors open, and the right help arrives. Gratitude has that power because it moves you into harmony with the unseen intelligence that governs all things. So when fear whispers in your mind, answer with gratitude. When doubt clouds your vision, give thanks for the light already within you. Remember that every time you express sincere appreciation, you rise above fear's vibration and align with the frequency of faith. You begin to feel the strength of something greater moving through you. And as that faith grows, your confidence becomes unshakable. You walk with the quiet, knowing that you are guided, protected, and provided for. Gratitude transforms not only your thoughts, but the entire atmosphere of your life. It is the divine alchemy that turns fear into faith and doubt into radiant confidence. A thankful mind is a magnet for miracles. Gratitude possesses a mysterious magnetic quality. It draws into your life experiences, people, and opportunities that mirror your inner state of appreciation. When your heart overflows with thankfulness, you emit a frequency that the universe cannot resist responding to. You attract harmony because you radiate harmony. You attract blessings because you recognize them. The thankful mind does not chase miracles. It simply becomes a natural magnet for them because it lives in the vibration where miracles are born. A miracle is not always a dramatic event or a sudden change of fortune. It is often the quiet unfolding of divine order in your everyday life. It may appear as an unexpected opportunity, a timely idea, a chance meeting, or a resolution that seems too perfect to be coincidence. But none of these things are random. They are the inevitable results of a consciousness that expects good. Gratitude prepares you for these experiences because it opens your awareness to the abundance that already surrounds you. The person who complains walks through a garden of wonders and sees only thorns. The thankful mind sees blossoms everywhere. When you are truly grateful, you are acknowledging that you live in a friendly universe, one governed by intelligence and goodness. This attitude dissolves resistance and invites flow. You stop struggling to make things happen by force and instead begin to receive them by grace. The thankful mind is calm, centered, and trusting. It does not demand, it allows. It does not worry about when or how. It knows that the right outcomes are already forming. That trust is the essence of magnetism. When you release tension, you stop pushing against the current of life and start moving with it. And in that surrender, miracles find you. The subconscious mind responds to feelings, not words. When you feel thankful, you are impressing upon your subconscious that life is already good, that supply is already present, that success and love and peace are already yours. The subconscious accepts this emotional conviction and begins to manifest it outwardly. New channels open, unexpected help appears, and what once seemed impossible starts taking shape naturally. The thankful mind doesn't plead, it proclaims. It says, "I already have all I need," in essence, and I give thanks for its perfect expression. That state of assurance is magnetic. It draws the invisible into visibility. Miracles follow gratitude because gratitude lifts you above the vibration of fear, doubt, and struggle. Fear repels, thankfulness attracts. Doubt closes, gratitude opens. When you live in gratitude, you are attuned to possibility, not limitation. You become sensitive to guidance and intuition. The right ideas come at the right time because your inner channels are clear. Many call this luck or coincidence, but it is law. The universe mirrors your dominant state of consciousness, and gratitude is the highest frequency of receptivity. You are not begging life to bless you, you are affirming that it already has. Think of the mind as a magnet charged by emotion. A mind charged with worry attracts more reasons to worry. A mind charged with thankfulness attracts more reasons to celebrate. When you give thanks sincerely, you change your emotional charge. That shift in energy immediately begins to rearrange the circumstances of your life. People who vibrate with appreciation tend to meet others who are helpful and kind. They notice opportunities others overlook. They recover faster from setbacks because their attention remains on what is working rather than what is broken. Gratitude multiplies good because it keeps you focused on good. You do not need to force miracles to happen. You simply need to create the conditions for them to appear. Gratitude is that condition. It is the open door through which the divine enters your life. When you wake each morning and give thanks for the gift of another day, you align yourself with the rhythm of creation. When you bless your challenges, you transform them into teachers. When you appreciate even the smallest progress, you make room for greater advancement. Life becomes a continuous flow of grace because you are living in harmony with its higher laws. There is a quiet power in the person who walks through life with a grateful heart. They are not desperate because they trust in divine timing. They are not bitter because they see purpose even in difficulty. Their energy is magnetic and peaceful, and others feel drawn to them without knowing why. That inner radiance is the aura of gratitude. It attracts good effortlessly. The thankful mind does not need to chase success. It draws success by the silent force of spiritual magnetism. You can test this truth in simple ways. Begin your day by thanking life for one specific blessing. Give thanks before you sleep for one good thing that happened, no matter how small. Notice how your mood lightens, how your interactions improve, how unexpected opportunities begin to appear. As your gratitude deepens, you will witness the miraculous become ordinary, not because life suddenly changed, but because you did. You tuned your consciousness to the vibration where miracles are normal. Gratitude turns every moment into a portal of possibility. It transforms ordinary days into holy days and simple acts into sacred expressions. The thankful mind does not wait for proof, it creates proof. It sees miracles everywhere because it lives in continuous recognition of the divine. And as you practice this awareness, you will find that miracles are not rare events reserved for the few. They are the natural response of the universe to a thankful heart. The more you give thanks, the more life gives you to be thankful for, until your whole existence becomes one unbroken miracle of grace. Gratitude opens the subconscious to infinite supply. The subconscious mind is the vast storehouse of creation, the silent power behind every thought, word, and event in your life. It is connected to the infinite intelligence that governs the universe, and it responds faithfully to the impressions you give it. When you are filled with gratitude, you are impressing upon your subconscious that life is abundant, generous, and full of possibility. This belief unlocks the hidden channels of supply that were always there but unseen. Gratitude acts like a spiritual key, opening the door between your conscious desire and the infinite resources of the unseen world. Every person lives according to the images they hold in the subconscious. If your inner thoughts are filled with lack, fear, and resentment, then those conditions reproduce themselves in your outer world. But when your heart overflows with gratitude, you plant new seeds of abundance. You are telling your deeper mind, there is good everywhere, and I am open to receive it. The subconscious does not argue or analyze. It accepts and manifests. Gratitude fills it with patterns of prosperity and peace, and those patterns soon take shape as tangible blessings in your experience. The reason gratitude has such power is that it aligns your emotional vibration with the frequency of abundance. The subconscious operates through feeling, not through logic. It responds not to what you times say, times you believe, but to what you times feel, times as true. When you give thanks sincerely, you generate the feeling of already having received. You move from desire to realization, from waiting to knowing. That feeling of completion signals to the subconscious that your good is already established, and it begins to outpicture that truth in your environment. Gratitude makes you a co-creator with the divine rather than a passive observer of life. Most people unknowingly close the door of their subconscious supply by focusing on what they lack. They say, I don't have enough money, I don't have the right opportunities, or things never work out for me. Each of these statements impresses the subconscious with limitation, and it obligingly reproduces more of the same. But gratitude reverses that process instantly. The moment you say, I am thankful for what I have, you shift your subconscious from contraction to expansion. You begin to activate its creative faculties. You move from resistance to receptivity, from scarcity to supply. The infinite supply of the universe is not something you must earn or chase. It already exists within and around you. What determines your experience of it is your level of consciousness. Gratitude raises that level. It tunes your inner mind to the vibration of the source from which all blessings flow. Think of your subconscious as a vast ocean of energy and possibility. Gratitude is the opening in the dam that allows that ocean to pour into your life. The more you appreciate, the wider the opening becomes, and the more freely abundance flows. You can witness this truth in everyday life. When you are thankful for your work, your efficiency and creativity increase. When you appreciate your relationships, love deepens and understanding grows. When you give thanks for health, your body responds with renewed vitality. Gratitude directs the subconscious toward the ideal rather than the problem. And the subconscious, obedient to that direction, works silently to bring the ideal into being. It is the law of correspondence. What is impressed within must express without. The thankful person walks with quiet confidence because they know their supply is not limited to a paycheck, a circumstance, or a single channel. They understand that the source of all supply is infinite and ever-present. They are not anxious about the future, for they trust the law of gratitude. They know that every sincere thank you sends a signal to the subconscious that says, more of this, please. And the subconscious, connected to the boundless power of the universe, responds by orchestrating events and opportunities that bring more good into their life. Gratitude also neutralizes fear, which is the great blocker of supply. Fear tells the subconscious that danger is present, and the mind contracts in self-protection. Gratitude tells it that all is well, and the mind expands in receptivity. You cannot hold both feelings at once. Choose gratitude, and the energy of fear dissolves. Your subconscious becomes a channel through which inspiration, guidance, and abundance can flow unimpeded. You begin to feel supported by life itself, and this feeling becomes self-fulfilling. The infinite supply you seek, whether of love, success, health, or money, is already yours in potential. Gratitude brings that potential into form. Each moment you give thanks, you are turning the invisible into the visible. You are saying to the universe, I acknowledge your generosity, and the universe echoes back, here is more. Gratitude turns your subconscious into a magnet for right ideas, perfect timing, and divine order. So train yourself to live in constant appreciation. Begin and end your day with thanks. Give thanks not only for what you have, but for what is on its way. Thank life for lessons learned, for challenges overcome, for the unseen guidance that has carried you this far. Each act of gratitude deepens the connection between your conscious and subconscious mind. You become a vessel through which infinite supply flows freely and continuously. When gratitude fills your heart, you no longer worry about how your needs will be met. You know they already are. The universe rushes to fill the thankful heart because it recognizes itself in that vibration. Gratitude is the bridge between human limitation and divine abundance. It opens the subconscious to infinite supply, and from that inner wellspring, your outer world begins to overflow with blessings so naturally, so effortlessly, that you realize miracles were never rare at all. They were simply waiting for your gratitude to call them forth. The secret of abundance is giving thanks before receiving. This is one of the greatest truths taught by mystics, prophets, and spiritual masters throughout the ages. Gratitude before manifestation is not wishful thinking. It is a declaration of faith, a signal to the universe that you already trust the unseen process of creation. When you give thanks before the blessing appears, you are aligning yourself with the law of cause and effect at its highest level. You are impressing upon your subconscious mind that your good is already secured in the invisible realm and merely awaiting its appointed hour to appear. Most people wait to be thankful until they see results. They say, "I will give thanks when I get the job, when I find love, when I receive the money." But that is not gratitude. That is reaction. True gratitude is proactive. It comes from a consciousness that knows the power behind all form. The person who gives thanks before receiving is living in faith, not fear. They are speaking to the infinite intelligence within and saying, "I trust you completely. I know that what I have asked for is already mine in substance, and I rejoice in its coming." That inner assurance magnetizes the desired result because the subconscious mind responds to conviction, not uncertainty. The universe mirrors your inner state. When you express thanks before receiving, you are affirming that abundance already exists. You are tuning your vibration to the frequency of having rather than wanting. The mind that gives thanks in advance cannot simultaneously entertain doubt or worry. It has already crossed the bridge from hope to certainty. That certainty is creative power. It attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities that correspond to your belief. Life responds to your emotional signature, and gratitude before the fact is the signature of success. Think of a gardener planting seeds. They do not wait to see the flowers bloom before feeling thankful. They plant, water, and nurture with a quiet knowing that the harvest will come. Gratitude is that same inner knowing applied to the garden of your life. When you give thanks before you see results, you are watering the seeds of your desires with faith. You are acknowledging that the laws of growth and increase are already in motion. The person who thanks in advance speeds up the process because they are not resisting it with anxiety or impatience. Their calm confidence allows creation to unfold naturally. Gratitude before receiving also activates your subconscious mind to work for you. When you thank the universe for a goal as if it were already fulfilled, you impress that image upon your deeper mind as a present reality. The subconscious, which cannot distinguish between imagination and fact, begins to organize your experiences, perceptions, and behavior to match that belief. It leads you intuitively to the right actions, ideas, and circumstances that bring your desire into physical form. You are not forcing results. You are cooperating with the invisible intelligence that knows exactly how to bring them about. This is why the great teachers always advise to believe you have received, and it shall be yours. Gratitude is the living expression of that belief. It moves you from asking to affirming, from pleading to praising. You stop approaching the universe as a beggar and begin relating to it as a creator. Each thank you spoken in advance is a statement of spiritual ownership. It says, I recognize that my good already exists, and I am ready to receive it. This shift from lack to possession is the essence of abundance. You cannot receive what you secretly believe is missing, but you can easily receive what you feel already belongs to you in consciousness. When you live in this awareness, your relationship with life changes completely. You no longer chase outcomes with desperation. You move through your days with quiet expectation, knowing that what you desire is already making its way toward you. This peace of mind allows you to act from inspiration rather than fear. It sharpens your perception, so you recognize opportunities the moment they appear. People are drawn to your confidence, and events begin to line up with uncanny precision. It may look like luck to others, but it is the law of gratitude in action. To practice this principle, begin by giving thanks each morning for what you desire, as though it were already here. Say, thank you for the abundance that flows to me freely. Thank you for the perfect health that radiates through my body. Thank you for the success and harmony in my relationships. Thank you for divine guidance that leads me to my highest good. Feel the emotion of having received it now. Let that feeling saturate your mind. The stronger your feeling of gratitude, the faster the manifestation. Emotion is the language of the subconscious, and gratitude is its highest form. Even in moments when nothing seems to be happening, hold fast to your thankful attitude. The unseen forces of life are always working, even when appearances suggest delay. Giving thanks before receiving is not denial of reality. It is recognition of a greater reality beyond what your senses can perceive. When you persist in that recognition, the outer world must eventually conform to your inner vision. It is law. Gratitude is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between belief and manifestation. When you give thanks in advance, you are stepping into the energy of completion. You are saying, it is done, and the universe echoes back, so it is. That is the secret of abundance, to live in continual thanksgiving for what is already present in spirit, knowing that the physical form will follow in perfect time. The grateful heart never waits to see before it believes. It believes and then sees. And in that faith-filled gratitude lies the power to unlock every treasure the universe holds. My friends, gratitude is not just a pleasant emotion, it is the golden key that unlocks the hidden power of life itself. It is the law of increase, the magnet of miracles, the gateway to infinite supply. When you live in gratitude, you rise above fear, lack, and doubt, and you enter into harmony with the divine intelligence that governs all creation. Gratitude transforms your vibration, your vision, and your destiny. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary and the impossible into the inevitable. Every thankful thought is a seed planted in the garden of the universe, and each seed grows according to its kind. When you thank life for the blessings you have and the blessings yet to come, you open the channels through which your good must flow. You no longer wait for joy, you generate it. You no longer chase success, you attract it. You no longer fear tomorrow, you bless it before it arrives. The secret is simple. Give thanks in all things. Give thanks before, during, and after. Give thanks when the path is clear and when the way is uncertain. Give thanks for the breath in your lungs, the strength in your spirit, and the lessons that shape your soul. The more you thank, the more life will give you to be thankful for, because gratitude is the language of the universe, and the universe always answers in the same tone it is addressed.